Disease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. Don't confuse comfort with success, because comfort never made a champion. Let me ask you something. How many dreams have you put on hold because life got too real? How many times did fear dress up like reason and you bought it? Listen, you will fail. You will get knocked down. But if you're not failing, you're not even trying. See, falling down is how life tests your passion. Getting back up, that's how you prove it. I've seen too many talented people play it safe. Too many smart people wait for the right moment. Newsflash, the right moment is never coming. You don't need a guarantee to move forward. You need courage. You need faith when there's no applause, no spotlight, no validation. Because discipline weighs ounces, regret weighs tons. You want to fly? Then fall in love with the climb. Don't chase success, chase purpose. Because purpose will wake you up when success lets you sleep. And when you feel like quitting, remember this. The ones who make it weren't always the strongest. They were just the ones who refused to give up. We live in a world that sells comfort like it's the prize, the goal. But the truth is, comfort is a slow killer of dreams. It doesn't shout, it whispers. It convinces you to sit down when you should be standing up. It makes you second guess the fight before it even begins. See, most people don't fail because they lack talent or opportunity. They fail because they choose comfort over commitment. They pick easy over excellence. But excellence doesn't live where it's easy. It lives in the stretch, in the push, in the pain. Discomfort is where your character is built. It's the gym for your soul. Every time life puts weight on your shoulders, that's an opportunity to get stronger. Every tough day, every rejection, every moment of doubt, that's not a sign you're off course. That's the sign you're on the right one. You think pressure means something's wrong? Nah. Pressure means you're breaking through. Just like diamonds, pressure makes you shine. Most people avoid pain like it's poison, but pain is a teacher. A ruthless one, but it's honest. It teaches you patience, discipline, focus. It'll show you what you're really made of. Not what you post about, not what you pretend to be when eyes are on you, but what's deep inside when no one's clapping. That's where discomfort becomes divine. That's where the work happens that no one sees, but everyone later respects. Let me tell you something. You will never level up in life if you're obsessed with being comfortable. You will never be exceptional if you're allergic to pressure. That promotion, that dream, that life you keep seeing in your head, it lives behind a wall called hard. And every step into discomfort chips away at that wall, 1 hour at a time, one rep at a time, one lonely night at a time. You don't get to skip the pain, but you do get to rise because of it. You've got to stop seeing struggle as the enemy. Struggle is the stairway, it's how you get up. Discomfort is not a dead end, it's a detour to greatness. So if life is testing you, if everything feels heavy right now, good. That means you're in the gym, that means you're in the process. And progress never comes gift wrapped in ease. It comes soaked in sweat, carved out of chaos, and paid for in persistence. Failure, that word scares people. It's got a sting to it. But let me tell you something. Failure isn't your enemy. It's your evidence. It proves you stepped into the ring. It proves you had the guts to swing. Because the only people who never fail are the ones sitting in the stands watching the game, scared to play. The moment you decide to chase something real, something bold, you also sign up for the bumps, the bruises, the breakdown. That's part of it. That's the price. And it's a price worth paying. See, too many people treat failure like a verdict, like it defines who they are. But failure doesn't say who you are, it just shows you where you are. It gives you a starting point, a mirror. It says, all right, here's the gap. Now what are you gonna do about it? That's why it's powerful. Because failure, if you listen close enough, teaches you more than winning ever could. Success can make you soft, but failure sharpens you. Some of the greatest moments in your life will be born out of moments where you felt like it was over. The job you didn't get, the deal that fell through, the time you showed up and it still wasn't enough. Those moments break something in you, but they also build something better. The choice is yours, but you've got to own it. You've got to lean in, not run. Let me make this clear. You cannot pray for strength and then curse the struggle. You can't ask for greatness and expect it to come wrapped in ease. When you fail, that's not a signal to stop. That's a signal to adjust, to learn, to refocus, to double down. You don't throw out the vision because the plan hit a wall. You reroute, you recommit. You remember why you started in the first place, because if the dream is real, the failure is fuel. Every person you look up to has failed, miserably, publicly, painfully. But you only see the highlight reel now. You see the results, not the rejections. You see the trophies, not the tears. What separates them isn't luck. It's the willingness to keep going when it didn't work out the first, second, or fifth time. So the next time you fall flat, don't call it the end. Call it what it is. Proof you were brave enough to try. Waiting for the perfect moment is the biggest trap most people fall into. They think there's some magical alignment, that the stars will just line up, that everything will fall into place and suddenly they'll be ready. But listen to me closely. That moment does not exist. It's an illusion. Life doesn't wait for you to feel ready. Life doesn't wait for everything to be perfect. It's happening right now, whether you're in the game or on the sidelines. Waiting for the perfect conditions, that's just another excuse. The truth is, the perfect moment is nothing more than the one you decide to step into. Let me tell you something. You think the successful people you look up to had it all figured out from the start? You think they waited for the perfect conditions before taking action? No, they moved in the middle of chaos. They took risks when everything was uncertain. They started with a vision, not with a guarantee. You don't need a perfect plan to start. You need a bold decision to take the first step. Action breeds clarity, not the other way around. You're not going to find certainty sitting in your room waiting for the universe to give you a sign. You find certainty by stepping into the unknown. You'll never feel fully ready. That's the truth. And if you keep waiting until everything is aligned just right, you'll spend your whole life waiting. And that dream, that vision you keep telling yourself you'll get to someday, that someday will pass you by while you're still on the sidelines watching life unfold for everyone else. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for everything to line up. Start where you are, with what you have and with who you are. That's how you create momentum. Life doesn't care if you feel ready. Success doesn't wait for you to be perfectly prepared. The real question is, are you willing to step into the unknown? Are you willing to take the leap even if you don't know exactly where you'll land? Because here's the thing, if you wait for the perfect moment, you'll never make a move. But if you take action before you feel ready, that's where the magic happens. The process of doing is what sharpens you, what teaches you. Don't wait for the perfect time. Make the time perfect by showing up, by doing the work, by taking that first step. You'll never have all the answers. You'll never have everything planned out. And if you're looking for the perfect moment, let me tell you right now, you're going to be waiting for a lifetime. The perfect moment is a myth. The real moment is when you decide, no matter what, that you're not going to wait anymore. You're going to create your own opportunity. You're going to make your own moment. Because the only thing standing between you and your dream is the decision to start right now. With everything imperfect, incomplete, and uncertain. Success is loud, purpose is quiet, and too often we chase the noise instead of listening to the whisper. See, success will get you applause, followers, trophies, but purpose gives you peace. Purpose is what keeps you grounded when the lights go off and the crowd goes home. Because success can fade, one bad quarter, one lost opportunity, and it's gone. But purpose, that runs deeper. That's your fuel when success isn't enough, when the money doesn't move you, when the stage doesn't fulfill you. Purpose is what reminds you why you started in the first place. We live in a time where everybody wants to be seen, everybody wants to be known, but not everybody wants to be real. Not everybody wants to serve. You chase success and you might get rich. You live with purpose and you stay rich in soul, in heart, in impact. Purpose is legacy. It's not about what you have. It's about who you lift, who you inspire, who you love along the way. Because when it's all said and done, no one's going to read out your bank balance. They're going to remember how you made them feel, how you lived, why you showed up. Success asks, what can I get? Purpose asks, what can I give? And that question changes everything. It makes the grind worth it. It makes the pain meaningful. Because when you're living for something greater than applause, you don't quit when it gets hard. You dig deeper. You keep showing up, not because it's easy, but because someone's life might change if you do. That's what purpose does. It gives your struggle a name. It gives your pain a mission. It tells you this is bigger than you. You've got to stop measuring your life by outcomes alone. Numbers go up and down, platforms rise and fall, but purpose? Purpose is steady. It doesn't shake when the world does. And when you live with that kind of fire inside you, a why that won't go away, you become unstoppable. You're not chasing temporary highs anymore. You're walking in truth. You're building something that matters, not just for today, but for the people who come after you. And that's what separates the ones who shine for a season from the ones who leave a mark forever. Talent might get you noticed, but persistence is what keeps you in the room. Persistence is what keeps you in the fight when the lights dim, when the support fades, when the world goes quiet. Because here's the truth. The most gifted person isn't always the one who wins. It's the one who refuses to give up. It's the one who shows up day after day, not because it's easy, but because they're committed. They've decided that quitting is not an option, that failure is just a detour, and that almost is never good enough for someone chasing greatness. We all know someone who had all the talent in the world, but they coasted. They waited for things to happen. They let comfort distract them from discipline. And then there's the other kind of person, the grinder, the one who wasn't the best, but they were the hungriest. They were the one who stayed late, worked harder, fell more times, and got back up every single one. That's the difference. Talent is potential, persistence is power. See, persistence doesn't look flashy. It's not glamorous. It's early mornings, late nights, and long stretches of silence where you're not sure if any of it's working. It's believing when nobody else claps for you. It's pushing through the repetition, the boredom, the burnout, because you made a promise to yourself, and you don't break promises, especially not to the person in the mirror. Most people stop at almost. They almost made it, almost finished, almost tried, but almost never changed the world. Almost doesn't write books, build companies, win championships, or raise strong families. Persistence does. It's the quiet voice that says just one more step. It's the decision to keep swinging when your arms are tired, to keep speaking when your throat is dry, to keep believing when the evidence says you shouldn't. That's the kind of mindset that moves mountains. You've got to stop idolizing talent and start honoring resilience. Because the person who wins isn't always the most gifted. They're the most consistent. The one who kept showing up when no one watched. The one who embraced the pain, the grind, the process, and turned it into something unshakable. That's what greatness looks like. Not born, built. One brick, one step, one moment at a time. So now you've heard it. Discomfort, that's your gym. Failure, that's your teacher. The perfect moment, that's a myth. Purpose, that's your compass. And persistence, that's your superpower. You don't need permission. You don't need perfect. You just need to begin right where you are with what you've got. Because the dream you keep seeing when you close your eyes, it's waiting for you to wake up and fight for it. And when it gets hard, and it will, remember this: ease is a threat, pressure is a gift, and your greatness is already inside you. Now go get it.